What's up with it, y'all? Appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Y'all just stay locked. We got another great show as always. We just waiting on our guests to come in here, and we're gonna get the show rocking and rolling. Um, Everybody that participated in the Kids Summer Food and Clothing Drive, we definitely appreciate everybody. August 16th, we are doing it again, um, to make sure that everyone has exactly what they need for the school year. So, y'all just stay tapped in and pay attention to what's going on, and we're definitely going to give you and direct to all the resources that anyone may be needing. So y'all just stay tapped in, wait on Brother Emmanuel to get in here. We're gonna get the show to rocking and rolling. Also, shout out to our sister Natural on another great show um, this past Wednesday night. What's up with it, Shaniqua? Appreciate everybody that's always tuning in and supporting. What's up, Laquita? What's up with it, sis? What's going on, Natural?
Peace, brother. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, yeah. I see. Yeah, I was out getting it in for the community today. How did it go?
Oh, it went well. It went well. We all stood in solidarity. It's Carl Hampton Day, so
Right,
yeah,
that's right.
got it in, fed the hood, did our march. Everything went well.
Yes,
I don't know if
yes,
you can see me too well. I'm in the car right now. We're just thank you, babe. We're just coming back from the event. Been out all day.
yeah. I know that's right. Yes, yes. I was just speaking on your show on Wednesday night. You know, that was another great topic. You know,
Okay, that's for 32. Supposed to be 20 ounce.
yes, yes, it was definitely a great topic.
Thank you, thank you. I
So,
really thank you for coming on as well. Yeah,
no,
everybody's asking for a part two when it comes to that. So we got to make that happen.
and yes, and that would be good because that's a excellent topic, especially what's going on right now. In our day and time, which
Mhm.
it goes far back. You know,
Right.
it's an excellent topic that really needs to be talked about.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah, and for everybody who hasn't seen the show and everybody that has been missing the show on Wednesdays, you can go to the YouTube channel. Uh, I thought we won't change.
I
Y'all go
thought we wanted change the podcast.
yes,
Mhm.
exactly. Y'all go subscribe and share. Because the topics are very realistic. Nothing is scripted. So everybody pay attention, spread the word, and let everybody know that it is some good things that are going on in the city. It's some great topics that are going on in the city. Hey, and if y'all want to, make sure y'all go to YouTube channel and subscribe right now. Right now, you can always come back to the live, but go subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. Because we want to make sure that we always spread the word on positive things that are going on. Yes, Laquita, you're right. A part two is a must. Yes, it is. It's a
And
must.
also, I want to say, y'all subscribe to the Critical Show on YouTube as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So we're definitely working on a lot of things behind the scene and trying to keep things going um, on in the community at least once a month. You know, like I said a few days ago, we want to leaders try to do some things for the community at least once a month. You know, to show our support for the community instead of doing it just on holidays, on special days, and you know all of that. You know, our people needs year round, not just at special times of the year. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to give all year long. You know what I'm saying? Not just, you know, like the song always come on, it's the most wonderful time of the year. You know, we don't hear it at Christmas time.
And I want to say that y'all event was extremely successful, and I can't wait till the next one.
Yes, yes.
I really enjoyed myself. I really did.
Man, I did too, natural. I ain't lying, you know, just to see everybody out there laughing and dancing and, you know, networking and eating together and just, you know, enjoying each other's company. You know, it was a good thing. It really was. It was a great thing. You know, and I was glad that it was successful. You know, yeah.
Mhm.
You know, shout out to the Hugo P. Newton Gun Club. Hey man, they came out there, y'all. They came out there, you know, and represented the community. You know, just how it's supposed to be done. You know, so salute to everybody. Salute again to Lady Hale. Salute again to Dr. Kathy Tatum. All of our sponsors. Uh, it's so many to name. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of people that played a major part. So salute to everybody that played a major part for the kids' summer food and clothes drive. We can't thank y'all enough because you know.
Shout out
So
to me. I'm in the car. So,
yeah, yeah, you know. So it's you know, and then we're about to start preparing for again as well. Uh, the down for the underground awards, you know, so that'll be in December. So we'll start planning for that as well. Hey, yeah, we'll start the plan for that as well. So y'all just stay tapped in, because we're gonna hit the community back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. A lot of people may not understand it, you know, but at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You know, because if you can walk through, if you can do some things to the community and walk through the community and see that the things that you have done, you know, put a smile on people's face in the community, you know, and basically, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, that's all I want either way. If I can, you know, do some things for anybody and they feel appreciated and have a smile on their face, you know, I done did my job, you know, we done did our job, you know, so that's all at the end of the day that matters to me.
absolutely.
Yeah, we're waiting on Brother Emmanuel to get in here. We're gonna get the show on the road. Yes, thank you, Laquita, for putting the subscription link down there. You know, and shout out to Laquita, man. Laquita has been came on board and she's
Oh,
been
thank you.
supporting.
Appreciate it.
She's been supporting everybody, man. She's been rock solid, you know, since she came on board, and we definitely appreciate you for real. We definitely appreciate you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but we need more solid people in our community. You know, you don't have to know nobody um to support what they have going on. Um, as long as they're doing something positive, as long as they're doing something solid, you know what I'm saying. And that's one thing that a lot of a lot of us can say that we have more support coming from people who don't even know us. You know, people that have never met us in person or talked to us on the phone. You know, none of that type of stuff. You know, so it's always a blessing to have people in your corner that you have never met. You know, and for everybody that has been supporting uh, Critical Show and the I thought we want to change the podcast. You know, we appreciate y'all. Hey, for real, definitely
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank you, everyone.
you. Yes, because y'all can be supporting or doing anything else, but y'all make sure that y'all take the time out to support everything that we have going on. We'll forever be grateful for that.
Brother Critical, is there any way that I can come back in about
Yeah,
10 minutes because you're
yeah.
breaking up real bad since I'm on the road?
Okay,
I'm
go
not
ahead.
too far from home, so I'll join, whenever I get, to where
Okay,
I need to go.
okay, that's cool.
Okay. I'll see y'all.
Okay, okay. Yeah, but it's a lot of things going on in the community. A lot of great things. I see um the OG's on here, Big Swift. I seen him on here. I see the Biz Radio on here. I see Dr. Clemmy on here. Uh, Coach Della D. Uh, Bus. I see him on here. Man, it's a lot of people on here. La D. At you and traveling, but I stopped to eat. So whenever y'all are ready to bring, let's see where you at, where you coming at. So whenever y'all ready to bring me in, just bring me in. Okay, okay, okay. I'm looking getting to these comments, y'all. Yeah, shout out to the socialites, man. Um, yeah, the socialites feeding everybody. Kevin, the urban farmer, he doing a lot, showing the community how to survive off the land. Uh, it's just a lot of people, a lot of support that has been going on. Um, I see Ricky Jason on here. Uh, what's up, Keisha? What's up, Brittany? Uh, everybody, man. We have a live show tonight. Uh, Brother Emmanuel, when he get in here, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get the ball rolling. Uh but for right now, we seen that there's been a lot of deaths going on within the city and on the outside of the city. Um we see that Malcolm Jamal Warner has passed. Uh Ozzy has passed. Hulk Hogan has passed. It's just been a lot of things going on. Okay, that's cool, Keisha. Yeah, we'll definitely get you back on. Uh, Me or Brother Emmanuel will reach out. You know what I'm saying, to you, and we'll make it happen. Of course, because we definitely want to do a follow up show um, on your son as well. And especially what you have went through just recently. Yes, I definitely received your message, and I've seen, yeah, Yeah, I've seen everything. You know, it's just been a lot going on our end. We've been pretty much been tied up with a lot of stuff that's been going on our end. Uh, you know, but we're back in the groove. Yeah, we in the back of the groove of everything. So yeah, we finna get it in, y'all. So y'all just be patient. We just connecting the dots right now. You know, and we're gonna explain. You know, we're gonna definitely explain everything that's that we do have going on behind the scenes. Let me see. Let me see. Waiting on our guest and brother Emmanuel to get in here. Uh, let me see. It's what 8:35 right now. Because we definitely don't want to run over our time. Uh, because, like I said, we have a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. It's a lot of promo involved. It's a lot of phone calls that need to be made and all of that type of stuff. So we're definitely going to make sure that we have everything in place. Yeah, because yeah, Emmanuel, I definitely don't see you on here. You might have to go back out and come back in. Yeah, because I definitely don't see you on here. Yeah, how you doing, Miss Sandy and Miss Bernice? Yeah, how y'all doing? Yes, August 16th, y'all. While we wait on Brother Emmanuel to get in, August 16th. Don't forget uh the Critical Show and Friends Back to School giveaway. 7201 Curry Road. You know, so we are definitely we're definitely going to make sure that we have everybody that's going to be participating. All of our sponsors, we're going to make sure that we get them involved as well. And anybody that would like to donate, if anybody would like to donate, uh, we will be putting something up for everybody that would like to donate to the chapter, do, do all of that type of stuff. What's up with it, brother, man?
What's up? Thank you to everybody that's here tonight. We apologize for the technical difficulties. This is Meta, this is Day World, and we just got to ride with it. But as always, we appreciate y'all for being here on this special night. It's a special show. We normally come on Thursdays and Friday nights, but we had some family issues that had to be taken care of, just unforeseen situations, but they were very, very important. And we're thankful that our loved one is doing good. Uh, but that's why the cancellation came. But here we are on this special Saturday night. So we thank everybody for being here. And as Critical said from the jump, we have a special guest tonight. We're about to bring our guest in. We want to introduce this guest for everybody to understand. If you've seen the promo, you kind of get an idea of what's going on. But I want to thank everybody that participated again in our event. Everybody that participated on Wednesday night show, that was a magnificent show. Shout out to our Queen Natural. I was trying to get in while she was in there, but I know we're gonna bring her back in a little bit. So major salute to her podcast and the topic. Yeah, it was magnificent, man, and I do look forward to future continuations of that subject, with everybody's minds. That was a beautiful come together. So we want to salute everybody. Salute everybody that was out there at the Carl Hampton celebration all day from the graveside this morning to the march this evening to the feeding. They did it magnificent, man. And I always salute when the community comes together for those type of things. Yes, we want to make sure everybody remembers the continuation, August 16th. Got about 2-3 weeks to get prepared. We're gonna be back over there, 7201 Curry Road. We're gonna do it bigger and better this time. Y'all know what this song say the second time around. That just means we're gonna go harder the next time. So everybody get locked and loaded and get ready to do that. But we got some serious issues like Critical Say. We got a lot of stuff going on inside our city of Houston. Of course, I know wherever y'all are viewing it from, you have some serious issues in your city. But right now, one of the big issues is a 75-year-old woman who was collecting cans was shot by a neighbor, and yeah, real horrible, man. Just picking up cans, you know what I'm saying? So y'all got to be aware that these guns are out here in Texas, and a lot of people have them. People don't kill people. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Stupid people kill people. Guns is run by people or controlled by people. So it's not the gun fault, it's the people fault. When people feel that these situations that they get into need those type of responses, people lose their lives. And sadly, this woman has lost her life on top of many other situations. But our most important situation is the topic of tonight. With our guest, we have our lady Monique. She is a Texas Union Workers Delegate that was up in Austin on today speaking on behalf of the union workers. And we're going to let her explain more to you. But the reason for it is because right now we have a big election going on with the 18th Congressional District. It was a seat that Sheila Jackson and our former Mayor Sylvester Turner filled those seats respectfully. And whoever fills that seat has a lot of work because it covers a lot of our people down here in the district in Houston, Texas. And so everybody is worried about who's going up for that, who's getting in that seat. And right now we have Amanda Edwards, we have Christian Menifee, and we have Sheila Jackson's daughter, Erica Lee. Those are the top amongst many others that are looking for that seat. But they are doing something that is causing an uproar in Texas. They are trying to rezone the 18th Congressional District, trying to give, in our opinion, favor to the Republican Party. They trying to break it up and disperse it so that we won't have that power of the voting down here when they do come to the big situations like elections. But everybody has many different opinions on it, but many people are not doing things, and there are others that are. And so we want to salute those that are down there, that are representing, that are voicing their opinion for the people. They're standing for the people, and that's what we all have to do. So we're about to bring our guest in, and that's exactly what she is doing. She is down there and has voiced her opinion of many people lobbying for that situation to be handled in the proper way. We don't want them people to give away this district to their constituents, because then they'll have a stronghold on Texas. But yeah, we really are gonna bring in our esteemed Dr. Kathy Tatum so that she can speak on, the issue and get everybody just educated. Because we don't want to sway nobody. We're not here to tell you who to vote for, or when to vote for them. We're here to educate you on everybody and on the situation that's being voted on. And it's up to you, the individual people, to make the best decision that's gonna work for you and your household. So again, nobody need to be scared here. We not anybody that's bashing anybody for their positions. We want to get educated on all positions. It's two sides to every coin. So we want to hear both sides, and we invite anybody that's a candidate to come on here, and we're reaching out to others to bring them on here so that y'all can hear from their own mouths what their plans are to get your vote, because your vote is as important as the money that you spend in the commerce of this country. Your vote is that important right now, and it is major, but we have to make sure that they're not manipulating it. And that's what seems to be the situation, that people are addressing their problems, their grievances with this redistricting, rezoning of our district down here. But yeah, this sister, she's down on the front lines, and she has a lot of good education. I want her to let everybody know exactly what's going on in our state, what the issue is that's making everybody, you know, voice their opinions down there. We saw earlier in the week Amanda Edwards. She was a former councilwoman down here in Houston, and she voted. She went against Sheila Jackson running for the seat, but she's running for the seat again, and she was very vocal down there as to how it would affect the many minorities down here. So y'all can look her up. Y'all can check her out, see if you want to support her. But these are people that are down there. They're on the floor, and they're speaking truth to power. So I think she should be coming in now. Let's see what we got the doctor saying. Yeah, you're right. Voting has consequences. And when you don't vote, it affects where you at right now. Exactly where we live at right now. You have to know those people that are in power. We're gonna attempt to bring those people to the community as much as possible, with our different events. We don't want the community just to be out there by themselves. We want, when we bring the community together, we want to bring some of these politicians together. And right now, when they're asking for your vote, they need to earn it. They need to deserve it. Y'all see the doctor was out there. You smelled her perfume. You saw her presence. She felt up. So the others need to do the same thing. And we're going to hold them to it. We're gonna hold them to it, y'all. We're gonna make sure we remember who all showed up for the community, who all helped out. Much love. Major shout out to brother Tommy Wan of A-League Boats. The little young brother is building up some stuff out there. To get people educated, also not swaying them one way, but to get them all educated. Let's see. We got the request sent in. Make sure you on Click Tight Evans page,
Yeah,
Lady
it, it,
Monique.
it didn't come through. She'll have to send it again because it wouldn't let. Maybe it's a connection, but she'll have to send it again right quick. Yeah. So
Yeah, send it again, Queen.
do
But as always, man, I am the Houstonian. The Houston haters hate to hear. I should have said it from the beginning, but I scream it loud and clear. Y'all know 24/7, 365. We represent Critical Show, Hood News GP on mine. We're coming tonight with some news you can use, because it's news that we use. All facts, all truth. In this real life that we live, is no edits, no cuts, no redos, man. This is what it is down here. We the freestyle kings and queens. We live a freestyle life, and that's just what it is. So we bringing our sister to you. She on the road right now, so y'all gotta have some respect for her. Salute her. We don't want her to do anything that could hurt her. We got the big dog, the third wheel, most important. Never the
you
least. What's up?
do you think that them trying to redistrict District 18 for it to be to have the Republicans involved, do you think that would you do you think that would be good for our communities?
Well, nah, I don't. Just my opinion, y'all. I don't think, in my opinion, it would be good because, right here, Houston is one of the last strongholds that have a Democratic, presence in it. And so, what you want to do is, you never want to have one person having a stronghold, on anything. You want to always have some diversity. You want to have a mix, and you want to find out You know what I'm saying? Who is the best for the different situations? You know what I'm saying? So, you don't want Republicans to run the complete state. Yeah, like you don't want Democrats to run the complete state. You want it to be equal. You know what I mean? But we damn sure don't want somebody to have a monopoly on it that's purposefully making one side, vote that have that power. Now, if everybody in the state, the majority win, if the majority of the people agree with, Republican side and it all become red, then cool. But it need to be the people saying, and not these politicians purposefully pulling strings, you know what I'm saying, to get one side to have a dominant force. And that's what it seems like, because this district hasn't been, having any problems, and needed to be rezoned or remapped when Sheila Jackson was in there banging it out for 30 some years. You know what I'm saying? They didn't see nothing like that. And Al Green on the other side, them on running together, stronger. But when Sheila died, now all of a sudden the question comes up. Why? Because they want, it's an attempt, in my opinion now, they want to get their people into power. And that's one way to break down that district and just give little pieces off to other people that already have one side in the dominant power. And to me, it seems like they're trying to make it all red. They're trying to make Texas all red, because the dominant of Texas is red when it's time to vote. Y'all will see on the maps whenever they do the figures, the dominant of Texas is red, but down here in Texas, we got Houston that has a heart of blue. You dig what I'm saying? And
Yep.
it's just the resistance. Even our mayor, you know what
The
I'm saying, is
request.
blue. So it's just my opinion, but everybody's gonna have their different, views of it, but for me, I don't think that would be good to break the district up, break the zone in any kind of way. But what we need is somebody filling that seat, because as of right now, for the last, since Sylvester Turner passed away, we haven't had anybody in that seat. They were
You know,
supposed to call a special meeting, a special vote, and they didn't do it. And now we have to wait till November. So all this time, all these dollars and stuff that go for different things that we need in the community down here, they're just held up because they don't have nobody in the seat to vote on it and to bring it out. And so right now you've had, on the big level, you've had the Democrats trying to walk out in DC, trying to stop them from being able to vote. Something like what Cory Booker did many months ago when he filibustered. He stood up for 24 hours. As long as he was talking, they couldn't bring any new agendas up, and they couldn't pass anything. So it was a slick move. It took a lot of, a lot of hard work, because he beat his body up, doing that. But that's what you have to do in those type of situations, and we need people that'll do that. And so, right now it's a lot of people that are letting them know we don't need this district, switched up or anything. We just need somebody in the district seat, in that seat, representing us, that's gonna do the work. And in my opinion, I would tell everybody to look up Amanda Edwards. She's done some serious work. I think she can do a lot more work, But again, that's for each person to judge on their own. I've seen this woman out in the streets. I've seen her at the rallies, the protests. I mean, hiding, but there. Like I'll be out there. I smell people cologne. I'll be, right up in there in the trenches with you. I done got pictures and stuff with this woman out there with the people. Not in not no front. I'm talking about when we had masks on and all like that. When you didn't know who the person was, people just out there that's genuinely out there for change, because you wasn't getting no recognition because you had a damn mask on. You know what I'm saying? Nobody who knew who the hell he was. That is the things that I'm talking about. Going up to City Hall, speaking to the power. She was one of the only ones that would reciprocate, would talk back. Wanted to work with the programs that we had in the community to help the sisters, with their children, to help the brothers, with employment and stuff like that. She was right there down for it. And she's a real grassroots, feet on the ground soldier, man. She gonna get out there. She gonna use the power that y'all give her to help the people. she's one of the ones that'll do the job. That's in my opinion, but in the facts I know, I can show the many works that that woman has done. You know, not just when she wanted your vote, but when she had power. You know, when she was, you know, on city council, she didn't treat people no different. She out of Acres home, you know, graduated Eisenhower, Big Ike. You know what I'm saying? So you know what that means, man. She deeply rooted, you know, amongst a lot of others who we don't know a lot of their backgrounds. But, you know, people like her, Dr. Tatum, you got to pay attention to, you got to listen to them. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this big, beautiful bill, you know, it's, 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 it's a lot of stuff that we need to get educated on. A lot of things that are just not readily, you know, available in our minds to knowing completely what it means and why it's important, you know. But hey, you know, in the past we've told people, you know, if things don't seem like they'll change, you know, you have to step back until you have something or someone in there that'll change it. But right now, this is the time when, you know, we the people have to come together, and now we have to exercise that right that we have and go vote to make these changes. They giving us the opportunity to do it. And this isn't on the presidential level, you know. This is this is for us. You know, the presidential things affect all 50 states. It's over everything. But we talking about something right now that's directly affecting Texas, Houston. You dig what I'm saying? Some of the places that a lot of us brothers and sisters, you know, live in. You know, we keep getting apartments. Everybody, mama get a house and apartments. Why do you think those areas house us predominantly? Why do you think the real estate allows us to get in those certain areas? It's not by coincidence. You know, it's purposeful, it's tactical, it's strategic to keep us in certain areas, you know, to make us not want to go to other areas. Because, you know, they say whenever we get a little money and we go to rich areas, after a while, we all start coming and they move out because they don't want to share space. People don't want to share space with us, you know. And so a lot of these neighborhoods that they see now that they call poor and stuff, back in the day, those were the nice neighborhoods. Hell, Greenspoint at one point in time was white folk land. You had to have money to live out in GP, just, you know. But now they affectionately call it Guns Point. You know, it's dangerous for white folks to live out there. Rich folks, you know. They had Apple Tree, Safeways. You know what I'm saying? Those were the dominant stores out there. That was money. That was going north Houston. You know, now, you know, the people moved. They started being able to get it, and the people wanted their money. So a lot of the people came out of the inner cities and they moved out there to those areas. A lot of our mamas and grandmamas was able to get houses and stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? And once we started, you know, being out that deep, you know, one follow another, one follow another. Now you had us out there living a good life. They didn't want to be around us, so they moved further up. Now you got the Woodlands. You got King. You know, they go further and further up. They trying to build their own magnificent area. You can go up the Woodlands up 45, and during Christmas you be like, oh, you motherfuckers got all this up here. Oh, y'all stinky. We coming out infiltrating, you know. But that's just what it was. That's the true history of the H, and that's why it's spread out. You know what I mean? But that's why it's important for us to get educated about these different things, man. Know what zones your kids gonna be going to for the school year. If they're gonna change the zone up for your school districts, are they giving your schools money this year? You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna have enough teachers? You know, those are issues. As we always say, we need to address them. We need to get more educated. But I'm not seeing my sister. I know this thing gives us a lot of technical problems, but critical check on her, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been thinking so it must be somewhere where she at, and she trying to connect, and it's not letting her connect. Uh, but the things that have been going on in District 18, and the things that we have been seeing going on in District 18, or the things that been going on in District 18, do you feel that It's part of the Democratic Party's problem that the things have been going the way that it's been going on in District 18 because, just like we say, our community's been looking the same. We almost 50 years old, and our community still look the same since we was kids.
And that's some real shit, man. You know, a lot of stuff, you know, in these certain districts that we have, you know, it's a lot of people that fight to get in them, swear up and down that they're gonna do stuff for us, but when they get in them, it's like they just sit there in the seat. You know, I've had many times that I went to city council, and maybe because people didn't know, you know, what my address was or didn't readily recognize me at that moment, you know, they said nothing to me. People that I reside in their district, people who should have been the first people to speak to me. You know what I'm saying? You can see other people that will come up who put their address down and let it be known where they live. The person from that district be the first person to speak to them. Be like, Mr. Thomas, thank you for coming. We appreciate. If nothing, just be cordial to me, because if you out of my district, if I'm voting you in, you supposed to speak to me. You supposed to, you know, give me an ear to whatever my concern is. It ain't supposed to be me just coming up there being able to talk in a mic, you know, for my 3 minutes or 1 minute or whatever, and just get the fuck on. You said what you had to say, going on. No, I'm speaking for a response. That means you will help do things in the community, you know. But if you don't respond when the only time I can come and speak to you on a platform that's built for the community, to the politicians, how the hell can we trust that you're gonna come and do stuff in our community? And as you say, when we look at our community, we being people that have been there for a long time, because a lot of people done hood hopped and have not been able to, you know, just see the transformation in one area. But by us being those that have moved around a lot and have seen, we've seen the differences in how the land was at one point and how it is now. You know, a lot of people don't know Greenspoint Mall. Hell, they building the goddamn apartment complex on it. You know what I mean? At one point in time, that whole geographic in that area, 45 and the Beltway, Sam Houston Tollway, it just looked completely different. You go over there right now, North Borough, they've knocked down, you know, lands that were nothing but trees, and they got condos built up, apartments being built up, houses being built up, gas stations going up. You know, it just looks completely different. And give it a few more years, that's exactly what's gonna happen. But what are the benefits? What are the benefits? We went to Sylvester Turner many years ago when he first got in office after we had campaigned, and we begged him for some help in Greenspoint, you know, for the kids, you know, a safe place for them to be able to link up. You know, a lot of the communities have, you know, community centers, but Greenspoint, we didn't. We had Thomas Wiseau Park, and there was a community center in there, but it wasn't, you know, allowing us to, you know, hold events there. You know, it could only do so much because of the limit parking space that park has. Now, they built that, and they built the running trails and the trails for people to ride the bikes. But then on the other side, you know, the area that was the most dangerous, North Borough, they built this beautiful park for the kids, for the toddlers and stuff, connected to a skating park.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful and it's pretty and all that. Then they built another race park right across the way for bikes, and you know what I mean? They have one for skateboarders and then they have one for bikes. Well, the one for bikes is moto, and you got to pay to get in it. You know what I mean? And a lot of the kids in the community, they're not coming to use that. They're not using that shit. People are coming from other places, you know, that are professional or whatever. They're coming that can afford that, and it's damn near like an amusement park. You know what I'm saying? The kids in the community don't just have ready access to those type of things made specifically for them. A toddler park, that's cool, that's cute. But what about the young kids who are the age where the violence is hitting the most? The ones who we are going after. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you have a park for them where they can go, a community center where they can go and they can do their homework after school? You know what I'm saying? A library in Greenspoint. You know, they can go and use the instruments when they want to do their music and all that. This is something that they have over Scenic Woods and other parks. You know, they have built libraries that have equipment so you can go and do music. If you want to record your own stuff, you just got to go in. But it also be hard with that too, because then they open these places and it's supposed to be accessible to everybody, but then they don't make them accessible to everybody. So that's another thing we got to worry about when we ask for things, how they give it to us. Because sometimes they can give us, the carrot on the string in front of us. And, what that means is, it's like that's what leads a horse. The horse is seeing the carrot in front and he wants it. So he's going after the carrot that he can't get because it's on a string over him. It's making the horse go. It's making the donkey go. You know what I mean? The way they want it to go. So that's kind of what they do with certain situations with us. They kind of lead us into thinking we finna really get some shit, but we really not gonna get it. We just being rode by their ass until we get to the point where they can't ride us no more. Then they give us a damn carrot. The hell, you know what I'm saying? But by that time, we don't need them no more or whatever. But yeah, man. But we want to appreciate those that are out there doing that, man. That doing the work, you know, actually boots on the ground, man, in the people presence, man. I wish I could be there for a whole lot of stuff, but again, you know, we have to get the community to be involved, man. We can't do everything, you know what I'm saying? Because, a lot of us are financially restrained. We have a situation, where Critical has to defend himself in the court system. Legally, he has to defend himself in the court system, because he has this platform for people. You know what I mean? And those are going after him because he has this platform for people. So he has to get a lawyer. That costs money. You know what I'm saying? To be at these venues to produce these different things, it costs money, and the community has to be the ones that help. And when you don't get that much help, there's only so much you can do. So, we salute those that are able to do that. But again, you have to continue to support those people, man. Support those platforms. If you want help from the fire department, if you live in a place where fires are frequent, you need to get a fire department over there. You know what I'm saying? And you need to have water. You know what I'm saying? And the people got to get out the way so the fire department can get there and put out the fire. I'm just basically saying everything that we doing out here, it goes for the people, but it has to be by the people to be for the people. So we salute those that are trying to change these situations, in the places that we need to change. We salute the lady Monique and the delegates that are down there. We're just thankful that she is one of those that get to vote, that get to speak for those brothers and sisters down here in the union. The Texas workers, that's a whole lot of people. This issue is coming up and it's affecting y'all. Yeah, I'm trying to see what's going on with her. Got the 4 piece on. Can we get 5?
No,
Salute to the queens in the building.
but bring her back.
Peace. Can y'all see me?
Hey, what's going on, Natural?
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm in. So I didn't catch what y'all were saying because I couldn't join a bad signal. So I don't even know what y'all discussing right now. I'm just coming in.
Okay.
So right now I'm trying to listen to see, see what y'all are discussing.
Um, we were pretty much discussing District 18 and all of the candidates that were up for sick that were going, to for candidacy for District 18. Uh,
Mm.
because just like Brother Emmanuel was saying, it seems like they just trying to, make the whole, what I'm saying, city and state red, in which they are, but I'm gonna ask you the same question. Do you feel that them trying to redistrict District 18, do you think that's good, something good for our communities? Because some people feel like by them uh, doing it to District 18 is that, you know, a lot of Republicans will be able to step in, you know, and honestly for me, I feel that it is a good thing to re redistrict everything because of the fact that we have had the same people in office for over 40 some years, and our communities have looked the same way for over 40 something years since they've been in office. So, yeah, I feel that it is time for a change, whether it's Democratic or Republican. We only need the people who really just gonna get in there and work. I don't care what party you with, or none of that type of stuff really matters to me. But as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do when you get in those seats, and that's to make sure that our communities are done right and it's done fairly.
I mean, I'm over here smiling because you just answered the question for me. Because I feel the same way. It's a lot of people that has been in position, and we've been stuck in the same place. I mean, nothing has changed. Until we really get somebody in there that's going to do the work for our community, and not even just for our community, for the community. You know what I'm saying? Like things are going to always be the same. Things are going to be what it is. So it has to be some changes. So I see it as being a good thing.
Facts, facts. Because you know,
We put 19 judges in. And I
Mhm.
refer back to this all the time, man, because we did a lot of work, you know, to get those sisters in. They came at us at the angle of, yeah, this is a black and white issue. They don't want the black women to have power. Then they said, and now it's a male and female issue. They don't want the women to have power. So y'all show that you're not chauvinistic and show that you love women and go get the women in. So now we had the black issue, then we had the women issue, then we had the judge issue. Everybody was like, man, we want the black women, we want black people to have power. So in Harris
Okay, so
County,
well, okay,
it was
I am
it was
to
nine,
interrupt you, right? But what we okay, so we have all these black people in position, but what are these black people in position doing for us?
nothing.
I mean,
right?
just because they're black, what does that mean?
And that's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying. A few years ago, there was a campaign that they ran in Harris County to get 19 black lady judges on
Yeah.
the bench. But
Okay.
in the avenue they came at to everybody was help vote them in because they're women. Help vote them in because they black. Help vote them in because they Democrats. Help vote them in because we need this type of representation. They came at every avenue and they got everybody to join in on the campaign. And we all got those 19 judges in. One of them, who was directly for us, Cassandra Holman, she passed away a month into her tenure. She had cancer, pancreatic, and she passed away. The one sister who, was, in my opinion, was serious. Now, the other 18, what did we, the people, get for those 18 women that we got on the seats? Did they do some historical change? Did they stand up for their people? Did they give back to the community? Did they? Hell no. We didn't get nothing. And that's what we saying. So many times they tell us, do this for this reason, do that for that reason, get this, and it all be hocus pocus because we don't get shit at the end of it. They
Yeah.
say they're gonna do a
You
whole
know,
lot of shit and we don't get nothing. So they gonna use the black card on us. They're gonna use the woman card on us. They're gonna use the minority card on us. We have to look more than that because they'll
You,
try to use that to throw us off.
you
We
know,
need to get
and
educated so that they can't use those things and we can go for who gonna do the goddamn job because they are trying to use those type of manipulations in this race to get everybody to just ride with them. But as you say, we've been riding with them all these years, and what the fuck have we gotten? Not
let
nothing.
me
Our
say
communities
let me
ain't no
say
better.
this, right? and some people get mad whenever I say it. Right? That's why I'm glad they got rid of DEI. That's why I'm glad. And I don't care who get mad about me saying it because it's
Facts.
for who can really do the job. You know what I mean? Then it makes, DEI, getting rid of it will make our people get more serious to be more self sufficient. You know what I mean? Instead of relying on certain like handouts or government assistance. We could go out and we could get it, create our own businesses. You know what I mean? Make it a little harder on us sometimes. So with DEI, I feel like okay, you have to have a couple of black people here, a couple of black people there. You know what I mean? And some people might not even be qualified to do the job. Oh gosh. Oh, hold on. I have to take this call. I'm gonna be right back. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay.
All right.
Yes, I want to get to the something that Dr. Kathy Tatum said. I feel and ran, and they didn't show TV or help me, but everyone wants my resources. I'm good with discussion of redistricting, but like I said before, Latinos are getting their people and doing programs and funding, and our black politicians get rich but no resources, in which that is true.
Exactly. You can't go to these offices and get them to help you with their programs. I'm
Right,
serious, man.
right,
This is a damn shame. They're getting all of this money from constituents, from donors, and all that. But they're not sending that shit back out or helping nobody back out. I'm serious.
right,
It be times when you will go to those that are supposed to be in the power, and they cannot or will not help. Why? Because they lining their pockets with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, a lot of them are in it just for that. They won't use the power that they should have. They don't gain the resources and then give it back out. A lot of them gain it just for their own use when they need it. More, in my opinion, more manipulative power because they pick and choose who they want to give the help to. Those that are giving them a kickback in some instances, some kind of way, they look at it like that, like one hand washes another.
right.
But these are political issues, everyday issues in life that we really need help with, and we put them in the power to do the help, and they don't do the help. So real talk,
You
it's a
know,
lot of them
in
just
district,
won't do the work.
in
'Cause
district,
it take a lot of doing to do the work, man. Y'all look at Dr. Tatum. This woman be everywhere. Her
yeah,
fam, they collaborate. They are everywhere. They got their foot in so many people's problems. There's no way you can tell me that these other ones that we give a salary to, can't be doing the same, if not more, work than her and her organization.
they agree. They agree.
These are the people that we give the money to, we give the big resources to do those type of things and bring it to the people. But you don't see them out in the community like you seeing her. You don't see them out there doing and giving back to the smaller organizations that really fuel the whole plane, who fuel the whole thing going. These politicians, they're the big stage, but the people are the most important. And so when they don't interact with the common person, then they throwing away their power because the common person is the common unity. We all are united under one thing. We're all common. We're the people.
Do you
And
think?
so if they do not come for us the way they're supposed to, we got to get them out of those seats because all they doing is lining those seats up for their own benefit.
Yeah, that's right. You know, uh, people throw the race card around uh, to try to make it seem like you know, and y'all already know. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know. You know what I'm saying? I'm always tell y'all the truth on how I feel and all of that other type of shit because uh That's what it's all about. But my thing, we trying to Miss Monique, my thing, believe she come here. She's in right now.
All righty. Hey, you guys.
There we go. We have
Hey, about time.
royalty in the building. Yeah, we
I'm
got the
so
two queens.
sorry. I have no idea what happened. I've been listening to every word you guys have been saying.
Sorry.
I hear the passion and all of what you guys are speaking about. And it's a damn shame that we do have people in power who do not give back. Before I get started on my topic, I do want to address a couple of things that Tex did say. Um, yes, unfortunately, we do have people in power who don't represent, who look like us, but don't represent us. And at some point, we as a people, like Tex said, we have to become more educated on the political stage and on the political game, and really knowing the information and the history of these people that we are voting into office. So that's a lot of grassroots hitting the ground in the communities with walking and talking and things of that nature. And that's something that here at the Texas Employees Union that we do. We support grassroots organizations. We support grassroots um, for these people go by, and as this year for sure, that is so key. So as it goes by, the speed on is where we're at, what we're doing, and if we can have extra people, I'm going to let them know so that we can have extra people see what the political system really looks like. It's more than just going down to the poll, scribbling a couple of dots, and walking out. It starts way before that, and that is something that we as a people don't understand because we're not privy to that from an early age. So I do agree with you guys on that. So I am coming in from Austin and San Antonio today, you guys. We did sit down and talk at the caucus meeting today. So a lot of what we spoke about today does deal around with the employees of Texas, but we did talk about the redistricting. And at this point, the state of Texas is going to call a special session. They are calling a special session 5 years early at the request of President Trump. I'm just going to lay that out there. However that falls on somebody, that's how it falls. And it's a sin and a shame because Ms. Natural said it right. We need people who are going to work for us no matter who it is. But the Republican Party is definitely trying to stack their advantage. And we already know that the ones in power in Texas don't care about Texans. And I'm going to give y'all a prime example. This past April, we lobbied over almost 500 Texas employees got out there and lobbied. We also got the chance to speak with representatives and senators. And let me tell you, these are people who work, they're employees too of the state of Texas. Their paycheck has the same comptroller as mine. And these people were letting information go in one ear and out the other. Because at the end of the day, they don't care. It's not their issue. They want to hear about things that affect them. And so we, like I said earlier, have to get better at electing people who have a positive track record on our issues. And when I say our issues, I agree with Tex. I don't mean just black people. I'm talking about the community as a whole. Because what affects one person is definitely going to affect another. Some of the other things that we spoke about, because I'm trying to make this really quick, you guys. I did not expect to be coming in this late. Is that for those who work, because this is very important, those who work and you work a job that pays you tips, that money is now going to be considered tax-free. That is very important, so that when you file your taxes in 2026 for 2025, there's going to be a special section on your tax return. You need to take advantage of it. The other thing is for those who work overtime. If you work any job and it's paying you any monetary overtime, not leave or PTO, but actual money, the same thing. That money is now going to be tax free. So everybody really needs to get educated and up to speed. Don't trust your tax person only. Make sure you are educated on what that information is going to be.
Exactly.
What
Okay.
else? Because I'm
Okay.
trying to make this really quick, you guys.
Yeah, do your thing. Be careful.
No, I'm in the Woodlands, you guys. So I've made it back home. I'm just heading to my parents. Um,
Still be careful.
oh, what are some? Oh, thank you, hon. What are some other issues? Well, what do you guys want to know about? Y'all talk to me.
Well, I want, and I thank you again for coming on. Thank you, under the situation, my queen sister is traveling, y'all. She's been moving, she's been going, man, and she will do it, straight across Texas, man. But I would love for you to just tell us, uh, in Austin, what was the feeling like of the people? What is the biggest issue that you could see was concerning the people?
So amongst those in my union, it's definitely for us. We didn't get a pay raise this session. The last time that Texas state employees got a raise was the 2023 session, and that was only like 6,000. But we had been asking for that 6,000 over the last 10 years, and so they didn't include an amount for inflation. So that was one thing that we've talked about. And let me tell y'all, when I say I'm talking about the Texas State Employers Union, there are over 54,000 state employees. So that means that everybody who's listening to this today probably has a friend or a family member who works for the state. And we are not getting raises at the rate of inflation like the private sector is. One of the other major issues is that those who have retired from the state in the last 23 years have not had an increase to their retirement check. So you're trying to tell me, and I had to talk to a senator kind of really carte blanche, that you're trying to tell us that in 23 years, based on what the inflation rate has been, that that person can still survive on a check that was working 23 years ago. And he just stopped and looked at me. But those are issues that we all have, private sector or state level, is that people's money is not stretching as far as it used to. And our governments have really got to start um, pulling in these major corporations who are raising the rates for no reason. They want to keep blaming the tariffs. It's not the tariffs. Every one of these multi-billion-dollar companies can absorb the cost of the tariffs. They don't want to. That is the long and the short of it. We're taking the brunt because billionaires don't want to take the brunt, but they can afford the brunt. So that was one of the biggest things that we spoke about today was inflation. Like the money just doesn't make sense anymore.
Okay. And another thing, for those that don't know, what through your education, what is going on with the SNAP situation? How is that going to affect
Okay, so
our communities?
so we didn't talk about that today, but we did talk about that in a union meeting a couple of weeks ago. So Texas probably won't take a huge hit. Texas is a very conservative state. So Texas gives very little compared to other states. So Texas should be okay. We don't know quite yet how that's going to affect us giving out the benefits, but we know this much. For Medicaid, Medicaid more than likely is now going to have a work requirement with it. So like before with Medicaid and SNAP, if you have kids, then you are exempt from the work rules is what we call it. And you don't have to seek employment. That's going to change. The other thing that's possibly going to change is that Medicaid you only renew once a year. Now that's probably going to be every 6 months. So we don't know the exact details just yet. A lot of stuff will not get implemented until December of 2026. So we do have a year to get it all figured out, even at each of us at the personal level, so that we know what our households are going to be dealing with. But that's the big one is the work requirement because there are so many people on Medicaid who can't work. or they have children or an elderly person at home and cannot work. The other thing that's going to be affected are nursing homes. Nursing facilities are going to get less funding, which means less care for our family members who are in nursing homes or who get private care in their home, but Medicaid pays for it.
I sure appreciate y'all for all those that's just coming in. For those that don't know, this is our sister, Lady Monique. Y'all can follow her on her page. She has some magnificent information about financial literacy, some avenues that we're gonna bring her back so that she can go into that more deep in depth. But this
Yes,
sister
very
has
much.
a position. She has a position, a high position of authority, in the state. I'm not gonna put her position completely out there, but she is very educated, and what she knows is facts. I mean, this is an inside source. We bringing y'all. We're not just bringing a normal person's opinion. We're bringing somebody that even the state, gives them that position. They recognize them. She works in this every day. This is her life, and so I'm bringing y'all this. We bringing y'all this special treat, because as we always say, a person's presence is the most important thing, and so it's a gift, and so we bringing y'all something magnificent, a magnificent presence, and that is hers while she's riding, doing the work, of the people. So we appreciate you, but her expertise is not to be questioned. Y'all can look it up and y'all can find out, but yeah, so I thank you for letting us know about, what's going on, what was going on down there in Austin, and exactly some of the things that a lot of people don't know is the issue that's on the table right now with the workers and how they haven't got a raise and all that there in that amount of years. These are issues that affect the community, but a lot of times we're not educated about it. It's not readily available knowledge. You know what I mean? They
No,
ain't talking
not.
about these type of things. But
It's
that's why
not.
we appreciate you, and I don't
And I
want you to
also
be distracted while you
No, no,
drive.
no, you're okay. No, no, I'm parked, so we're good now. So the other thing I also want to let you guys know is that this coming Tuesday, we will be as a union, because like I said, we do support candidates. We will be screening some of the future candidates that are going to be on your ballots, and we're going to be screening them to see who we would like to help lobby for and stuff like that. So as more information comes across, I will let you guys know, who are some of the up and comings, what do they stand for, what is their track record, what is their history with the Texas Senate or at the federal level as well, because those things are important. We can't just keep voting anybody into office. We currently have a president who had never had political power, and it's showing. So we have to vote people who have put in the work and had positive results.
Exactly. Exactly. And we thank you for that. We're gonna put that link up. I want everybody to check that out because, in truth, you have to get educated about the people that you're voting for, about the people that are asking for your vote. Even if the person next to you don't know nothing about it, by you being educated, you'll be able to tell them, or at least give them a synopsis, or at least give them a direction where they can go and find out about it on their own, because it is a very important vote this year. And so, even not just this year, but going forward, we all need to become more educated in this system because, you got a lot of people that's going to, always show the negative side of the country. Hey, it's a negative side of any place you at. But if
Yes.
you in it, and you got to get involved. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why we want to bring it to the people, unbiased for the people, for y'all to find out on your own. And we bring y'all reliable sources that are gonna give you that. So I want
And
everybody to follow my sister page so that y'all can get that information. You know what I'm saying? So that you can be educated. What you say it was come Tuesday?
yes, come Tuesday, we will be screening
Okay.
future candidates of who we would like to lobby for this particular
Mhm.
union. Some people, those who match our goals and our issues. But I'm going to say this: just about every industry has a union. And this is for everybody that's listening. If you are someone who wants to get involved and you are just not sure how, join your union. Join your local union. Texas State Employees Teachers Union. Um, there are private unions that are just community unions. That is the quickest and easiest way. Is that me making that noise? Okay, no. That is the quickest and easiest way to get involved with politics at the grassroots level, at the local community level, because those are where people are lobbying, people are phone banking, people are text banking, people are getting out and knocking on doors. We do that all the time across the state of Texas. We help in that situation. So if you're interested, that is the easiest and fastest way to get involved, is to join a union.
So is y'all union open, or would they have to be employed by the state of Texas to join the union that
Right.
you do have?
Exactly. So my union is for those who work for the state. But there are other types of unions that you can join that are community or trade based. So say you're a welder, there's a welders union. You don't even have to belong to a specific job. You can just join your union. There's a labor union. Oh, so one of the ladies that we lobbied for last year has started a labor union in the state of Texas. Believe it or not, we didn't have a basic labor union for just anybody to join. So what I'll do is I will try and get that information to know how people can join the labor union, and that is probably going to be the best and the simplest way to get in at the grassroots level, is joining a labor union.
There it is, y'all. See, we bringing it to y'all, all those that are listening. My queen sister just let you know she's gonna get y'all the link so that y'all can join a labor union, so that you can get out there and get involved, get educated first, and your involvement is gonna come from your education. And we're gonna give you those links so that y'all can go and research it for yourselves. But this is a big issue
Yes,
that's going on right now. This
yes,
is
it is.
local issues that affect us. What were you saying, Queen?
No, I said it is, and you're absolutely right. And unfortunately, too many of us want to vote at the presidential level. That's too late. The voting for the president is too late. We need to be voting for your local representative, your local senators, everything that deals with your city, your district, your state. That's where you vote. That's where the change is made. And we have to start understanding, as a people, for us, by us is real. And to a certain extent, we can't have power in someone else's house. So we're going to have to try and create. Who is that? No, that is not me. Okay, that's somebody's phone. We are going to have to start creating community activism that's for us, by us, through us. So that means funding is privately us. That means what we're fighting for, we're putting that out on the ballot. We're coming up with groups that go and lobby at the state capitol so that they hear us, so that we make enough noise and commotion for someone to come out and say, hey, da 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 da. What is the issues? What is it that you want to talk about? And I will find out from my director, who works closely with the Texas Senate, what those days are that the state allows for public lobbying. That's when you get a big group together and you go and you make your issues heard. I tell people all the time, the Texas Senate has twice a year that it opens up for everyday citizens to go and talk to the Senate. We should be on that floor every time they allow local citizens to be able to stand and talk to them about the issues that we are facing in this state. because the
And that,
issues are
and
not just our redistricting issues. We have a massive immigration issue that we're working with. We have a federal education department that has been defunded. So now we have an education problem here in this state as well. Our colleges are being affected. Our college students are being affected because grants and loans are going to be harder to get. So those who are in college right now are going to face a harder time financing their schooling. There are massive issues that we need to get ahead of the curve on.
issues that for a long time everybody has just been so comfortable with them because they haven't
Yes,
been, trifled with. They haven't been messed with. But now those issues that we were comfortable with, they're things that we're finna find out. It's finna affect our comfortability. It's
yes,
simple things like getting a scholarship. Stop some people from continuing their education. And it
yep,
seems like what they're gonna do is, if they continue on this path, it's gonna turn a lot of young people to go into the military, to try and pay for their schooling and all like that. They're gonna be looking for different methods, and if not, go directly into the workforce. And sometimes that's a good thing, but an uneducated worker is not very good. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's not. We even need education to put them in the day-to-day work system, man. I mean, because
yes.
oh Lord, some of these babies you can't give them $10 in a quarter and tell them that the bill is 1013. They're gonna look at you
Get
crazy
change back.
like.
Yep. And let me
So
say
keep
this,
your
and this is
quota.
going to be my,
Hey, give me
and
my
I'm going to
20
say this, and I'm going to say this, and this is probably going to be my last thing. I got to run in and get my little Roselle. But
Thank
don't think that the federal government doesn't have a plan with cutting back the Department of Education and the military all being entwined together.
Yep.
Our president has spoken more than once that he wants to beef up what our military. What, just like you said, people are going to be more apt to go into the military to get that education paid for. Well, there you go. That's how you beef up the military. You put it to where people have no other choice. So
So
we as a people are 52 million people strong in one nation. We are a nation within a nation. And until the day that we really understand the power that we hold, we are going to continue to be behind that eight ball. And that's not where I want to see my people. I want to see my people ahead of that eight ball, ahead of that curve. You always want to be a step or two ahead of opportunity and fate. Let that stuff catch up with you, not you trying to chase it down. So I love each and every one of you guys. I will definitely be back on another night,
yeah, yeah.
and we
we
will get this phone
appreciate
better
you.
working this time.
No, no, you did magnificent. We appreciate you. We all appreciate your presence.
Thank
That was a
you. Thank
magnificent
you.
gift, all this knowledge, and I want to make sure everybody use it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming and giving that to us, taking out your time, and all the
No,
work
not a
that you do.
problem.
We salute you, Queen. Even when you don't get your flowers from those that you're doing stuff for, you're going to get them from me. You're going to get them from the Critical Show. We love you, Queen. We know what you're doing out there, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this is a great sister. She's been doing this for many years. But we're going to
Yeah.
definitely bring her back in the future so that she can present
Everybody,
this financial situation, this financial
Yes.
education that she has. And I want everybody in the community to get involved because we need that also. So,
Yes.
we thank you,
Yes.
sister. We know you need to go and go do your thing. But be careful out there, my queen, all right?
I will. You guys as well. I appreciate everything. Good night.
good
Good
night.
night. So here it is, y'all. That
You,
that's the truth, straight from the mouth, of those that are doing what they got to do down here in the South. She enrolled across Texas, man. I'm for real, to go and lobby for the people. you know, and those are issues that a lot of people again don't even be knowing that you need somebody to talk about, but it affects us because if you working somewhere, you working for the state, which is a lot of state workers. You know, what is your position and what's going on? How do you know what's going on with your life? Is it being affected right, or are you just existing? You know what I'm saying? And letting anybody tell you anything and you going with anything. Do you know you're supposed to get raises? Hell, the trash men and all that, those are parts, you know what I'm saying, of state workers, you know what I'm saying? So you got to get educated about it in your community, and you got to get active and vote the right people in. You know, when the power is in the hands of the people, you know, I don't want to hear no crying if the people don't do nothing. But we're doing whatever we can, and the first thing you have to do, again, always, is get educated. And so we bring in the education that you need, and we're going to try to bring the people that you need. Like she said, they're going to be able to screen these folks. They'll be able to question them, find out, you know what I'm saying, what they have in their minds as far as blueprints or battle plans. But again, we've heard a lot of people tell us some of the greatest battle plans and blueprints. We're not just gonna go off of that. They're gonna screen them by first hearing those things and then by watching their works. You know what I'm saying? Because love is this is an example. Love has become a word that people say so damn much, you know, it has no strength to it sometimes. I look at love as an action. You know what I'm saying? Because a person can tell anybody they love them. You know what I mean? They can tell anybody they in love with them. You know, but the action of love, of caring about me like you care about yourself, everybody can't do that for everybody. So, you know, again, a pair of lips can say anything, but I go off of people action. And love to me is an action. So when people are out there doing stuff for more than themselves, that's love to me. And that's why we love our queen, and we love the many of our queens and our soldiers, our brothers that are kings that are out there doing the actual work for us. But we gotta call them out for not doing it when they don't do it, and you know, give them their props for doing it when they do it. And the way we give them type of people their props is by taking what they give us, the knowledge, and applying it. You know, because they don't have to do this. I don't want my sister to get in trouble at work. I don't want somebody to send this, you know, somebody recognize and send it to the boss. And she giving out secrets and now, you know what I'm saying, and mess up her life because that's how she pay her bills. We don't want to do that. So we're careful with what information we do give out. It can be given out without any repercussions. But yeah, we gotta protect those people that do that because they're coming on and they're giving y'all their stories. Hell, y'all see it right now. Critical being sued. You know, he being sued for giving people a platform, which is the craziest shit. But giving people a platform. All these other podcasters, Willie D and all them now, you know, they got people that come on and they voice their opinions about stuff.
Right.
You know, and they don't get sued. But this brother is speaking about victims and is giving victims a voice, uncensored,
Right.
unapologetic, and they're coming after him amongst many of our people that have spoke the truths. You know, they're coming after them. But that just shows you that people will try to silence those that are doing right. And we have to be the ones to stand up. We need everybody to help Critical out. We need everybody to get, you know, representation for Ricky Jason, protection for Ricky Jason, protection and representation for Samantha, for Sister Sandy, you know, for Spencer, for Wendell, you know, for many of y'all. We need people to help y'all. How do we get those things? How are those things attained? It's by the people. You know, the many people collective. You got 1,000 people, and 1,000 people give $3 damn. How much money do you have? $3 don't hurt nobody. It shouldn't hurt you, and that's for the collective. So if you got 1,000 people that can give $10, $15, and you break that down, now you got a bunch of different things that can be handled because they don't get handled with a wish. They don't get handled with a want. There ain't no IOUs we can give nobody. You know, you can have all the greatest presentations and programs, but if I can't get to it because I ain't got no gas or I don't got a ride, I can't be in your presence. And if the community don't care enough, you know, to help those that are doing that, to do those things, then, you know, you won't get it. Like the Sister Tatum say, sometimes they're going to need help and come to a door that's closed. Why? Because you're using up the people that are being that are helping so much and nobody gives back to them. You know, you don't give them the help. You don't give them the donation, but you let these others fool you out of it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. They you know, those devils are gonna get exactly what they want. I mean, exactly what they need. It's exactly what they want. They want the attention, and they gonna get it. They need the attention, and they gonna get that. So for everybody that's standing on that, man, don't change up, don't get scared, don't run off. We know that this is what they do in they circus act. They try to shake up the masses, but we unshakable. We that root that's strong, and nobody gonna shake us and move us, man. It's just not happening. So you know what I'm saying? Just stand strong. You know, God gave you 10 toes, stand on them. And you know, if you don't got all 10, you know what I'm saying, just lean on me, and I got you. I'm gonna help you stand up. But that's all we can do for each other is be there for each other. But we have to stand for each other. We need each other's support on many levels. You know, the way a lot of these devils are able to keep their angles of manipulation with us is because they provide a pretty performance. All of that is the manipulation. The monies that y'all that have been stolen from the community provide the manipulations because we are people that get rolled out by things that look good. You know what I'm saying? You go for the good looking burger, the nice looking burger. You know, you go for the nice looking person. You don't go up on the dude when he get off of work and he looking raggedy, even though he coming from a job that pays big money and he's paying his bills. You don't see that as appealing. You want the dude that looking fresh and clean and all that there. And you know, see the appeals, those looks, and that's what throw a lot of people out. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it just is what it is, man. You know, we salute those. We salute you, brother Jason. You know, because you was a protege. You got your knowledge from this brother, but this brother didn't make you. You made yourself. You the one that's been an advocate for all those victims. You the ones that did the work. You the one that done made these people not like you. It's because you yourself have found it in you to go out there and do something for people. Stand up for the community. You ain't have to. You do it. And those gonna try to come and try and demonize you, we got your back with them, and the community gonna stand up. We're gonna make them stand up against those people because we need people like you. We need people like Lady Monique. We need people like the doctor. You know, we need people out there like Laquita. We need those many people that, you know, are trying, you know, with their best effort, you know, to do something more than just live. Everybody could just be breathing every day. We could just be out here just, you know, spending this time just for ourselves. But when you step up and you try to help the community, I salute that. You know, that's not nothing normal. You know, Huey P. Newton, you know what I'm saying, the gun club. I salute the works, you know, Ampu, you know, Aisha Shaib, many other brothers and sisters, so many shining stars. All of those people, man, all of those organizations, all of those things, they take organization to do it. They take time to do it. They take funds to do it. And a lot of y'all are not getting funds from the community. A lot of y'all are doing it off your own dollars, from your own labor, from your own finances. Hey, man, I salute that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I wish I could for some of them, but hey, to each his own. But it will get there. But all I'm saying is I salute y'all wanting to do the work. That is what we're thankful for y'all for. That is what the salute is. And because y'all don't have to do this stuff and stand for the people, educate the people, be the vanguards of the people, be the role models of the people, you know, protect the people. But y'all do that, you know, from Critical, Big Dog on down, you know, we're all doing something great in this life. And I want y'all all to know I appreciate it, and the many people appreciate you. Do not, you know, downgrade yourself. Do not belittle yourself, and do not give the credit for you to anybody else. No matter how much knowledge they gave you, no matter, you know, what mentoring they gave you, know, not to, you know, be disrespectful. I'm saying give yourself the credit because it had to be in you, you know, to even get any of that from anybody, to even seek out, you know, the level that you've attained right now, you've achieved in your lives right now. You know, y'all do some beautiful things out there. I see it. And a lot of folks don't see it, and a lot of people see it. And I want y'all to know y'all have made a great difference in life, man. So, yeah, that's all I want y'all to know is we're not gonna back down. We stand on their necks. We standing for the people, but we need the people to stand for us. We need the people to help, you know. And y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, don't leave the power in the hands of a place that, you know, ain't benefiting you. I don't wanna build the church in my community if the church ain't turning around and giving, weekly, kids block parties and bringing resources that give out food and help pay utilities, for the community. I don't want to bring nothing into my community that's gonna take from my community and walk away with nothing but a beautiful ass building. Fuck that. My community can't come in there when it rains and it floods. When we ain't got no lights, I can't come get a meal from it. And I don't want that in my community. My community already going through it hard. We all making a lot of them check to check. God damn. We don't need nobody to come in that ain't gonna give us something. We don't need to even be voting if we not getting nothing out of it. So in my opinion, y'all, it's my opinion. I feel that, we need to bring businesses in our community. We need to bring something in our community that gives to our community. Community centers that's helping these single mamas, single fathers. Hell, even the families that got mamas and daddies together. We don't want to help single folks and shit. We ain't just a community made up of just single families. Hell, no, there's a lot of us that got mamas and daddies and they still struggling getting through it. We need help for them. We want all of our community to get something from the community if we bring it to you. And if I can't get that, I just won't bring it to you. I'll be sad, but it is what it is. We can only have, wishes and hopes and make up blueprints. But for every construction company that did all that, started with a wish and a hope, they put the blueprints, but then they had the money to back them. Some entity gave them the money, got them the money. They had to. You need that to build an empire. We're trying to build an empire for all of y'all, so that you can be educated, and not deceived by these people. Again, I'm not here to make nobody do things and like vote a certain way or, do what I want you to do. No, I want you to do what you want to do. But I want you to be educated. I want you to know what you're doing. Because I'm that type of individual. And many of my people, this critical show with those type, we're not going to get you drunk, you know what I'm saying, and take you home, take advantage of you. We need you to know exactly what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because when you do that, then we know that it's a good situation. Everybody's having fun here. We don't want nobody being taken advantage of. That's all the example I mean. We want everybody to know what they doing, what they getting into. And when they do that, oh yeah, we can have fun with life. We ain't complaining about nothing. So you know what I'm saying? That's what we do on this vote level. That's what we do with issues of the community. That's what we're gonna continue to do. But we appreciate y'all presence, appreciate y'all time, appreciate y'all being here tonight. I do, as my co-host, my top host. We all appreciate everybody being here, taking that time out on this Saturday night, and whatever you got to do and whatever you doing. We thank you for it, and we hope that our presence has been a good presence, a good gift in your life, as all our presence is. It's a nice gift. That's why it's called a presence. But I am the Houstonian. The Houston haters hate to hear. And I am going to always scream it loud and clear 24/7, 365. I represent the truth. Critical show. Good news, GP on minds. Remember, no matter what you go through in life, never sit down, never lay down. Do what you was born to do. And in all things, stand up. So we see y'all again tomorrow night, special recap night, Sunday night recap. We're going to give y'all that. And then Monday night, we're coming back with Slick Talk. Until then, Critical, Big Dog, one love.
Everybody that tuned in, as always, I'm glad Emmanuel he spoke well tonight, like always. And he did mention the lawsuit situation. Nobody's scared about the lawsuit. Nobody's scared of court. None of that type of shit. We stand on what we stand on and what we believe, and uh, whatever other folks may feel or think, that's how they feel. You know what I'm saying? But we don't get into that other shit on how other people may feel or none of that. Because just like Dr. Kathy Tatum said, if I can't go down your social media page and see the things that you have done for your community, just shut your ass up. At the end of the day, shut your ass up because you ain't did shit, but yeah. and again, we are ready to go to court. You feel what I'm saying? You know, we got our shit lined up. You know, so all that people want to play on social media and make it seem like they doing something uh realistic. That's not fooling anybody. You feel what I'm saying? And while we're speaking on this entire situation, August 13th, the fake doctor goes to trial in Jefferson County for terroristic threat uh, and two other charges. So if you know, so anybody that has been in the system knows that if the state picks up those charges, somebody is going to go to jail. Now, that's one thing about it, you know. So don't ever get caught up, you know, in the gossip and all that other shit, because we ain't concerned about none of that shit. The only thing we worried about is our motherfucking counterclaim and run that shit, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.